Good morning, students. My name is CHSV Prasad Rao, and I am working as senior lecturer in Electrical Engineering Department in Government Polytechnic, Yadgirgutta. Today, we will uh, check the lesson AC motors. In that one, the chapter is synchronous motor. In the last class, we covered performance of synchronous motor on no load. That is, synchronous motor on no load without losses, and again performance of synchronous motor on no load with losses, and again performance of synchronous motor on load. So, so synchronous motor on no load. That means we are not connected any load and without losses. So you can imagine that means no losses means no load losses also. That is constant losses, hysteresis and eddy current losses, and small amount of copper losses. That one also not there in the motor. So, so then what happens when the synchronous motor is on no load and no losses? As we know, as in if we already covered in DC motor, it produces a back EMF EB, and its value depends on the speed of the motor, and it is opposes the supply voltage V. So the voltage across armature is V minus EB. So, and this armature current produces a torque and which supplies the load. Similarly, in synchronous motor, here also back EMF is produced, that is EB. But this value is not depends on the speed. Why? Because in synchronous motor, speed is constant. So back EMF EB depends on the excitation of the motor. It depends on the excitation of the motor. So, and this back EMF EB is opposes the supply voltage V. So the resultant voltage which is available across the armature is V minus EB, and the armature current is IA is equal to V minus EB by, as in case of synchronous generator, it contains in armature it contains armature resistance and synchronous reactance. So whole the combination is synchronous reactance. So armature current IA is equal to V minus EB by ZS. So as in no load and there is no losses, both the rotor pole and the stator pole are along the same axis, that is the load angle. The difference between these two poles is zero. So because of that one, back EMF EB and supply voltage V both are equal and in opposite direction. So then what happens? Equal and opposite means that is V minus EB is 0. That is voltage across armature is 0. When voltage across armature is 0, then what happened? The current to armature current is 0. That means the motor is not drawing any extra current from the supply. Why? Because it is not supplying any load or any losses. So this is called the motor is in floating condition. But in actually every motor has losses. There is no motor which has no losses. In no load also it has losses. So if the motor has losses, then what happened? The back EMF EB is lagging by an angle alpha. That means it fall back. The vector EB falls back by a certain angle alpha called load angle or coupling angle. As the stator and the rotor poles are absolutely in rigid one. So then what happened that the resultant vector ER is the combination of back EMF EB and V. So ER produces armature current IA and which produces the torque, and this torque supplies the losses, no load losses. So suppose if we apply the load on the motor, then what happen? The angle alpha, that is the axis between the stator and the rotor, slightly the rotor falls back by an angle alpha, which is called load angle or coupling angle. The value of load angle depends on the amount of load to be met by the motor. As the load increases, the load angle or coupling angle alpha increases. When alpha increases, automatically the back EMF EB increases and it produces more armature current. This armature current produces more torque, and that torque is supplies the or supplies or bears the load which is connected to the supply. So if you apply some more load, that one also it will bear, and again alpha increases. When alpha increases, back EMF EB increases. When EB increases, the armature current IA increases. When IA increases, the torque increases, and the torque supplies the additional load which is connected to the motor. Similarly, if you apply more load, and again alpha increases. But up to what extent the alpha will bear the load? So the alpha when the alpha angle value is up to 90 degrees, it will bear the load. If the alpha value, that is load angle, reaches above the 90 degrees, then motor comes out of the synchronism. That means it breaks the magnetic coupling between both the rotor poles and the stator poles, and the motor stops. This torque is called pull-out torque. So that means when the load on the motor increases, the rotor falls back in phase and alpha also increases. The load angle alpha of the rotor adjusted itself such that the torque developed by the rotor is sufficient to carry the load and to supply the losses. If load increases further, then time comes when no value of alpha can satisfy. Then the motor pulls out of the synchronism and it stops. The torque available at this moment is called pull-out torque. The torque produced at the time of starting is called starting torque. The torque produced during running condition is known as running torque or load torque. The torque produced when the rotor poles are pulled into synchronism is called pull in torque. So how many torques we have? We have four torques here. Torques here. First one is pull in torque, running torque, starting torque, and pull out torque. So the torque available at the time of starting is called starting torque. The torque torque available when the motor is pulled into synchronism is called pull-in torque, and the torque available at the time of running is called running torque, and the torque available when the motor pulls out of the synchronism is called pull-out torque. So these things we covered in the last class. And next, today we are going to cover derivation of expression for back EMF. And next, we will solve the problems on this back EMF equation. So back EMF, calculation of back EMF and load angle. Let us take condition 1, case 1. So when the excitation is below the normal, that is called under excitation. When it is under excitation, back EMF EB is less than V and power factor is lagging. So the excitation changes the power factor as well as the value of EB. Suppose the excitation is below the normal, then the power factor is lagging and back EMF EB is less than V, where V is the supply voltage, EB is the back EMF, and IA is the armature current. So this is case 1. Then what is the impedance drop? As we know, ER is equal to IA into ZS, where ZS is the synchronous impedance and its value is square root of RA plus RA square plus ZX square, where pi is equal to power factor angle and alpha is equal to load angle and theta is equal to internal angle, and that depends on the value of xs and Ra, that is tan inverse of xs by Ra. This internal angle theta is constant. Why? Because its value depends on the circuit parameters Ra and xs. So these two values are fixed when we design the motor, and after that it is not possible to change. That's why internal angle theta is constant. Next, so from this vector diagram, if you take this is the vector diagram, ER is the impedance drop and EB is the back EMF, V is the supply voltage, alpha is the load angular coupling angle, theta is the angle between ER and IA, where pi is the power factor angle which lags the supply voltage V by an angle pi. So from this triangle OAB, EB square. So this one OA is V, AB is EB, OB is ER. So from this triangle EB is equal to square root of V square plus ER square minus 2 into V into ER into cos theta minus pi. That means the angle between ER and V. That means this one between this red vector and green vector. then it is theta minus pi. That gives the voltage, the angle between ER and V. So this is the expression. Note down. So to calculate the load angle, we have to apply the sine rule in triangle OAB. That is EB by sine of the angle, that is theta minus pi, is equal to ER divided by sine alpha. Here also the angle is alpha. So sine alpha is equal to ER into sine theta minus pi by EB. The load angle alpha can be calculated once we know EB value. If you know EB value, we can calculate alpha value. How EB can be calculated? EB can be calculated the vector sum of V and ER. So this is the condition when the power factor is lagging and it is under exertion and EV is less than V. Note down the formula. Next condition is over exertion. Then the exertion is above than the normal, greater than the normal. Then the power factor is leading power factor and back EMF EB is greater than V. So overexcitation means leading power factor and EB is greater than V. This is next case. If you take the similarly, if you take the triangle OAB, if you see here, as the current is lagging the leading the voltage, so your red line is the voltage vector and IA blue line IA is the current vector. It leads, so it comes above the voltage vector by an angle pi. So if you take a triangle OAB where EB is greater than V, then EB is equal to square root of V square plus ER square minus 2VER cos theta plus pi, that is this angle here from here to here, theta plus pi. So this is only the difference. For lagging power factor it is negative, for leading power factor it is positive. Note down the figure and formula. So next, calculation of load angle. So that is, we have to apply sine rule. So that is EB by sine theta plus pi is equal to ER by sine alpha. So from this, sine alpha is equal to ER into sine theta plus pi by EB. Hence, load angle alpha can be calculated once EB is calculated. So this is for lagging power factor and this is for this is for a leading power factor and voltage EB is greater than V and the power factor is leading power factor. Note down the formula. Next one is normal excitation. Just now we noted above under excitation and over excitation. It is normal. When it is normal excitation, the power factor is unity, where EB is equal to V. So if you take the triangle OAB, so then EB is equal to square root of V square plus ER square minus 2VER cos theta. Why? Because pi is 0 as a unity power factor. Current is in phase with the voltage, so pi is 0. So the equation EB is equal square root of ER V square plus ER square minus 2VER cos theta. So to calculate the load angle, again we have to take a triangle OABA and apply the sine rule, that is EP by sine theta is equal to ER by sine alpha. So sine alpha is equal to ER into sine theta by AB. So this is the load angle. So load angle can be calculated if you know the value of EB, back EMF. So this is normal excitation and the power factor is unity and EB is equal to V. Note down the formula. Next, if you check the, if we will do the one problem on this one. So what is the problem? Note down the problem. A 400 volts, three phase, star connected synchronous motor has a resistance of 0.3 ohms per phase and synchronous reactance of 2.4 ohms per phase. The motor is operating at 0.8 power factor leading. Taking a line current of 80 amps, determine the value of generated EMF per phase and also the line current. So read the problem carefully and note down the given values. What is the given values? Given the voltage as 400 volts, 3 phase, star connected. Synchronous motor has a resistance of 0.3 ohms per phase and synchronous reactance of 2.4 ohms per phase, and the power factor is 0.8 leading and takes a current of 80 amps. We have to calculate generated EMF per phase and line current. So first we will write the given data. What he given? A three-phase delta connected synchronous motor and a given supply voltage, that is line voltage, is equal to 400 volts. Now this is line voltage. We have to calculate the phase voltage, where phase voltage VPH is equal to VL by root 3. So that is VPH VL by root 3. So that is 400 by root 3, that is 231 volts. Next, armature resistance RA is equal to 0.3 ohms per phase. And next, what he given? He given synchronous reactance also, that is 2.4 ohms per phase. And next he given power factor cos pi is equal to 0.8 leading. To calculate the pi value, pi is equal to cos inverse of 0.8. Then the value is 36.87 degrees. This is the pi value. So if you draw the vector diagram for this one, this is the vector diagram. ER is the impedance drop. ER is equal to I into IA into ZS. EV is equal to back EMF by adding ER and V value. IA is the armature current and it is leads the voltage by an angle pi, where internal theta is the internal angle and its value depends on armature resistance and synchronous reactions. So theta is equal to tan inverse of xs by Ra. And what he given, so whenever the problem given, first you check that given data and convert all values per phase values and draw the vector diagram. And next he given the line current, that is 80 amps. This one also convert into phase value, as it is star connection. Both the line value and phase value are same. So that is IL is equal to IPH. Next, armature current IA is equal to IPH. Next, impedance angle theta is equal to tan inverse of XS by RA, that is equal to tan inverse of 2.4 by 3. Then the angle is 82.7 degrees. So theta is equal to 82.7 degrees. And the sum of theta and pi is equal to 82.7 degrees plus 36.87 degrees is equal to 119.7 degrees. Synchronous impedance Zs is equal to square root of Ra square plus X square, and whose values are square root of Ra is equal to 0.3 and synchronous reactance is 2.4. So that is equal to square root of 0.3 square plus 2.4 square, whose value is 2.42 ohms per phase. Impedance drop is equal to Ia into Zs. So that is 80 into 2.42, that is 193.6 volts. So next this from this phasor diagram, generated EMF EB is equal to square root of V square plus ER square minus 2 into V into ER cos theta plus pi, that is equal to square root of 231 square plus 193.6 square minus 2 into 2.31 into 1.193.6 into cos of 119.74 degrees. Then we will get a value of 367.4 volts. And this is the phase value. We have to convert this into line value, that is multiply with root 3. So that is root 3 into 367.6. So that value is 636.87 is the line voltage of EB. So we calculate both back EMF. So he told to calculate the generated EMF line value. So next problem. So if you see the next problem, what he given a 10 HP, 400 volts, three phase, star connected, synchronous car as synchronous impedance per phase, that is 0.35 plus J 2.8, that is 0.35 is the armature resistance, 2.8 is the synchronous reactance. Find the induced EMF, that is the line value, and the angle of retardation to which the motor is excited to give a full load output at 0.866 leading power factor, assuming efficiency of the is 88%. Note down the problem. So note down the problem. So what he given in this problem is he given a 10 HP motor, 10 HP motor, and he given a voltage of 400 volts, three phase, star connected, synchronous motor has synchronous impedance per phase of 0.35 plus J 2.8. That means 0.35 is the armature resistance and 2.8 is the synchronous reactance. So what he told to calculate, find the induced EMF of a line value and angle of retardation to which the motor is excited, and full load output of 0.866 leading power factor and efficiency is 88 percentage. So this is the vector diagram. As this is leading, the current leads the voltage by an angle theta. So what he given? He given three-phase star-connected synchronous motor, and motor output also he given 10 HP. How to convert this HP into watts? Multiply with this one with 735.5, which gives 7335 watts, where supply voltage VL is equal to 400 volts, and convert this line value into phase value, that is VL by root 3, that is 400 by root 3, and that is 231 volts. Draw the vector diagram, and given efficiency alpha is equal 88 percentage, that is 0.88, and the power factor is 0.866 leading, where pi is equal to cos inverse of 0.866, that is 30 degrees, and the motor input is equal to motor output by efficiency. So where what is the motor output? 7335 by 0.88, that gives 8357 watts. So which is equal to the motor input. What is the motor input? Root 3 VLIL cos phi. We know the cos phi value, that is 0.866, and we know the line voltage value also VL, that is 400 volts. So that we can calculate IL. IL is equal to P by root 3 VL cos phi. If you substitute the values, that is 8357 by root 3 into 400 into 0.866, then we can get a value of 13.93 amps. This is the line current. Again we have to convert this line current into phase current. As it is a star connection, both the line current and phase currents are equal, that is 13.93, and the synchronous impedance is equal to 0.35 plus J 2.8, where RA is equal to 0.35 and synchronous reactance is 2.8. If you require the magnitude, then square root of Zs is equal to square root of 0.35 square plus 2.8 square, which gives a value of 2.822 ohms per phase. where internal angle theta is equal to tan inverse of xs by RA. So that is tan inverse of 2.8 by 0.35, that is equal to 82.87 degrees. If you add both theta and pi, that is 82.87 plus 30 degrees. So that is 112.87 degrees. Whereas resultant impedance drop ER is equal to IA into ZS. IA here we have, that is 13.93, and impedance is 2.822, which gives a value of 39.31 volts. Note on this. Next, from phasor diagram, Gauss rule, EB is equal to square root of V square plus ER square minus 2 into V into ER into cos theta plus pi. If you substitute these values, that is square root of 231 square plus 39.31 square minus 2 into 2 into 231 into 39.31 into cos of 112.87 degrees, which gives a value of 248.93 volts. So line value is equal to root square root of EB. So that is root 3 into 248.93. That gives a value of line value. Next, to calculate the retardation angle alpha, we have to apply the sine rule in the triangle OAB. So then EB by sine theta plus pi is equal to ER by sine alpha. So sine alpha is equal to ER into sine theta plus pi by EB. So that is equal to 39.31 into sine 112.87 by 248.93, which gives a value of 0.1455. So angle of retardation alpha is equal to sine inverse of 0.1455, which gives a value of 8.37 degrees. So if you see another problem, that is what he given third problem, a three-phase 440 volt 50 hertz star connected synchronous motor develops 7.46 kilowatts. The effective armature resistance per phase is 0.5 ohms. The motor operates at a power factor of 0.75 lagging, and iron and friction losses are 1350 watts. Calculate armature current, power armature current, power input, and efficiency of the motor. Note down the problem. What he given? He given a three-phase 440 volts 50 hertz star connected that develops a power of 7.46 kilowatts 7.46 kilowatts. The effective armature resistance is 0.5 ohms. The motor operates at a power factor of 0.75 lagging. Iron and friction losses are 1350. Calculate armature current, power input, and efficiency. So first write the given data. So what he given? He given a three-phase star connected synchronous motor. Supply voltage VL is equal to 2000. Convert this into line value. So that is VL by root 3, that is 2000 by root 3, that is equal to 1154.7 volts. RA is equal to 0.2 ohms per phase. XS is equal to 2.2 ohms per phase. Internal angle theta is equal to tan inverse of XS by RA, that is equal to tan inverse of 2.2 by 0.2, that is 84.81 degrees. And given induced EMF, that is 2500 volts. This one also convert into per phase, that is by root 3. 2500 by root 3, that is 1442.4 volts. Note down this. So here we have EB is greater than V, then the angle is leading, that is current leads the voltage by an angle theta. So now we have to resolve IA into two components, that is horizontal component and vertical component, that is IA cos phi and IA sin phi. So active component IA cos phi is equal to I1, and reactive component Ia sin phi is equal to I2, where Ia is equal to combination of Ia cos phi plus j Ia sin phi. So here we have represent equivalents I1 and I2. Substitute here, that is I1 plus j I2. So input power is equal to 800 kilowatts. So that is root 3 VLIL cos phi. VLIL cos phi. So it is as it is a star connection, IL is equal to IPH into is equal to IA. So IA is equal to P by root 3 cos phi. So that is 8800 kilowatts by root 3 into 2000, that is 230.94. And what is ER? ER is equal to IA into ZS, both into real part and imaginary part. IA is equal to I1 plus JI2 and RA plus JX2. Substitute the values here. We know I1, I2 we don't know. So 230.94 plus J I2 into 0.2 plus J 2.2. Multiply this 230 with 0.2. Again 230 into J 2.2. Next J I2 into 0.2, and next J I2 with J 2.2. Next divide both real parts and imaginary part, that is with J and without J. This simple mathematical equation. So this is the vector diagram ER, EB, IA and V. So from this figure OA is equal to AO, that is 1154. AB is equal to EB, that is 1143. OB is equal to ER. OC is equal to 46.188 minus 2.2 I2, and BC is equal to 508.7 plus 0.2 I2. So from these values, if we equate them, from this triangle, AB square is equal to AC square plus BC square, that is equal to OB plus OC whole square plus plus this equation. Substitute the values in this equation and we can get one quadratic equation. From this, if we solve I2 value, we can get that is 106 amps. What is I2? That is Ia into sine theta. In star connection, IL is equal to Ia is equal to I1 plus JI2, that is 230.94 plus J106. If you square to get the magnitude, square root of 230 square plus 106 square, that is 254.1 amp. So power factor cos pi is equal to Ia cos pi by I2, that is I2 by Ia, sorry, I1 by Ia, that is 230 by 254, which gives a power factor of 0.91 leading. So what we covered in this class, we derived the back EMF equation, that is square root of V square plus ER square minus 2V ER cos theta plus pi, and we solved the problem also on this one. Today I will give some assignment for you so that you can practice in the home both. Some problems also I will give today. To note down the assignment, first question is derive the EMS equation. Derive the equation for back EMF of synchronous motor. Next one is problem. Note down this problem. A three-phase 440 volts 50 Hz star connected synchronous motor develops 7.46 kilowatts. The effective armature resistance per phase is 0.5 ohms. The motor operates at a power factor of 0.75 lagging. Iron and friction losses are 1350. Calculate armature current, power input, and efficiency. This is the same method as we done for third problem. The third problem is same, the same steps we have to follow for this problem also. Next, note on the next problem. So that is a 2300 volts 3-phase star connected synchronous motor has a resistance of 0.2 ohms per phase and synchronous reactance of 2.2 ohms per phase. The motor is operating at 0.5 power factor leading with a line current of 200 amps. Determine the value of generated EMF per phase. So this is the given problem. Note down another problem, that is third problem. What he given? He given a three-phase 6600 volts 50 Hz star connected synchronous motor takes 50 amps current. The armature and synchronous reactance are 1 ohm and 20 ohms respectively. Find the power supplied to the motor and induced EMF for the power factor of 0.8 lagging and 0.8 leading. Here we have to do two bits. That is, first one is 0.8 lagging and next 0.8 leading. Here also the same thing. What he given? A 6600 volts 50 Hz star. So convert this line value into phase value, that is Vph is equal to VL by root 3, that is called 6600 by root 3. And he given the line current 50 amps. So the line current and the phase current both are equal. And he given armature resistance is 1 ohm and synchronous reactance of 20 ohms. So this is Ra, this is Xs. So from this we can calculate Zs. From and after that we have to calculate for zero point 0.8 power factor lag. For this one calculate the pi value and calculate theta value. Theta is equal to tan inverse Xs by Ra and substitute this into the formula. What is the EB formula? EB is equal to square root of V square plus ER square minus 2 VER cos of the angle between ER and V. Similarly do for leading also. Draw the vector diagram also for both of them. I will check in the next class. So I hope you can clearly understand the derivation of back EMF and the problems. We done 3 problems and I given 3 problems as a assignment. I will check in the next class. You study this one. If you have any doubt, ask me in the next class. Thank you.